Okay, Asia session done. Took one trade on USDJPY. UJ higher time frame breakout levels are bullish. Monthly, weekly, daily are bullish, and peak bias are currently mixed. But at the time I took my trade, they were both bullish. We broke out above previous month high, so monthly traders were in breakout. And last week we broke out above previous week high, closed below, so it closed as a bearish fake out week. I'm bullish above the fake out level, bearish below. But overall, on the weekly, I'm bullish as long as we stay above this week breakout high. So what I liked about UJ, last week we faked out that previous week high, and then this week we faked out the previous week low. So whenever you fake out a previous week low above the breakout high, this tells me that the weekly is in a breakout continuation cycle. And what that basically means is I expect price to come up to this peak because the peak hasn't been locked in yet. So I expect price to come up here and fake it out before reversing, or to break out and continue the higher time frame trend back up. So I could see all this play out all on one time frame right here on the weekly. Here's the week breakout level, and we faked out the previous week high. Faking out a previous peak is the first sign of a reversal, but that reversal is not confirmed until it flips the breakout level. So in this case, faking out the previous low tells me that the market rejected this move down above this breakout level. And what that tells me is that the peak is not locked in and price wants to continue back up. So the whole concept of my trading is I believe that the market moves from swing point to swing point. I'm always looking to trade at swing points because best trades are always going to be found at swing point on every single time frame. And the way that I identify these swing points are the break of those breakout levels. So whenever I see a breakout level flipped, going from a breakout low and trading above, or a breakout high and trading below, this tells me that the market is at a swing point. So in the case of this week, here's the breakout level, and price wasn't able to get down. So this tells me that the swing point is not formed yet, and price wants to continue to create its peak. So what I liked about today is bullish fake out day, bullish above the fake out level, bearish below. Price came down, faked out the previous day low as well as the previous H8 low, both at the same level. And then this momentum bar came up, closed above that fake out level, closed above the previous week low, faking that previous week low level, uh, closed above daily open. Looks like it broke out above the H4 levels as well. But more importantly, took out the last bearish M15. So that flips the bias of the M15 to bullish. So again, these flips of breakout levels telling me that the swing point is formed. And so I'm always looking for swing points. And I look for the same thing on the H1. Here's the last H1 breakout bar. This M15 bar took out all these levels. And the only level that was standing in its way was the H8 breakout level. I don't want to trade right into this H8 breakout level. So I did wait until price got above. So once price got above, took stop loss at the low of the day, and I'm trading a weekly breakout continuation cycle. So that tells me again that the peak is not locked in, and I want to be trading right up to this peak. So took it right up to that peak. Took about 2.5 hours on this one, and took partials on this. And the reason why I took partials is because higher time frame breakout levels are all bullish. So I would expect a push back up to at least this monthly breakout level. So we'll be trailing all the breakout levels up, and let's see if this wants to continue back up. And that's it. That's the trade that I took. Entry was on this M15 momentum bar. I have 67% bullish confluence on this trade. At the top there, I have the H8 momentum and H1 M15 alignment. That's my entry criteria. You can see that on the chart. I don't think I've updated this on my Patreon yet, but so entry criteria is all satisfied on this move. And at the bottom there, the momentum cycles, that lightning bolt tells me that these are the best trade setups for me. And as you can see, all were best trade setups taking it up. So took it up, went straight to that TP, and that's it. So weekly breakout continuation on the H8, it was a breakout reversal, but flipping this H8 breakout level tells me that's an H8 false breakout. So that was a trade I took. Yeah, and so monthly was in breakout at the time, and that's it. Did not take anything else. Nikkei broke out. There was a nice consolidation here. I think there was a range on the H1, but I did not take this because I was in UJ. Nothing else set up for me. Nothing on gold, and GJ also. I had a sell set up on GJ, but higher time frames were all bullish, so did not take that. In yesterday's Asia video, I showed how I'm doing my watch list now. I created this new indicator that, since I'm a mechanical trader, I've automated my entire analysis. I used to flip through all these pairs one by one and look through the breakout levels and peak levels. But recently I decided that I'm just going to automate it. I don't like to do analysis, and I do the same thing every day. I do it the exact same way every day. So I thought I might as well just automate the entire process. So created this indicator. It pretty much tells me, this text in white tells me when I have a setup based off the momentum cycles over here. And these ones highlighted are when I have best trade setups, when I have lots of nice confluence. And so these are the ones that I want to focus on. I'm in replay mode right now. And so this is exactly what I saw on UJ. I had 3 best trade setups. And when I have, if you looked at my old videos, whenever I do these signal days, I always narrow down my pairs. So again, I have 3 that I'm looking at. And so the way that I narrowed this down, I liked Aussie CAD, but I did not like that it faked out the previous week high. So this is the most recent price action. Weekly traders are pushing down. I don't want to reverse a weekly move unless I get a daily fake out. So on the weekly, I'm looking for the daily to tell me where momentum is headed. So we faked out the H8, but we did not. I prefer seeing the previous day fake out. So the daily is what's going to allow me to go against a weekly move. So that was out. Did not look at Aussie CAD, and then GJ higher time frames were all bullish at the time. Where am I here? We're all bullish at the time, and we did not get below the H8 breakout level, and I did not have enough confluence to push this down. The H1 breakout level also, I think, was somewhere down here, if I remember correctly. So it actually rejected that H1 breakout level, so there was no trade for me on GJ. And so that's how I narrowed it down to UJ. And so ended up taking UJ, and that was it. And so throughout the session, there were some others that I got some setups on. I had one on NZD Swiss, but I generally don't like to trade Swiss pairs, and so I did not take this one. We're in a range on the daily, so it's not really a best trade setup for me. But nevertheless, I had it on my watch list looking to take this down, but I did not want to take it down right into this fake out level. So I was waiting for price to get below that. The other one that I liked, and I actually liked this one a lot, was GBP/NZD. Took this one yesterday, took a trade down here, wanted to take this all the way down. It's a fake out week, wanted to continue that move down. I had an alert right at that breakout level. Again, these breakout levels, I'm overall bullish above, overall bearish below. Price came down and reacted right at that breakout level, and I ended up taking partials here. Runners got taken out. And then today we flipped the bias on the weekly, got above. And so I wanted to take a breakout trade here. There was lots of consolidation in the market here. There was a H1 inside bar, which creates a range. And whenever I take breakouts, I always like to see a range get taken out. So this M15 took out that range. So I like this to take it up. Lots of hard time frame confluence up, but there was no continuation on this move. And so once price got below the H4 high and got below this H8 high, was no longer interested to take this continuation move. And that's it. Did not have anything else. Only took that one trade on UJ. Yeah, so now off to London, and let's see if anything in London sets up. And that's it.